Hey everyone, it's Austin and welcome back to day 116 on my journey to 2000. I'll be playing chess every single day until I reach the goal. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell if you're liking that content, leave a comment down below, and let's get into today's game. Alright, and into the rapid pool we go. I'm going to play another 15-10 game today. Try to play a little bit slower than yesterday as well. Yesterday, I didn't get a losing position from playing too fast, but I definitely let things slip a little bit more than I should, with tons of time on the clock. And, opponent from Indonesia is taking their time. We might get an abort. A game aborted to get us started. But no. He plays e4, so we respond with c6, the Caro-Kann defense. So what will he play? Ah, knight c3. So are we going to see a two knights? Or are we going to see a transposition into the main line? Okay, two knights it is. Let's take. Knight takes, knight f6. Let's see if we can get a Tartakower for the first time in a while. I miss playing these positions. Yay! This is exciting. I really don't like the queen e2 line. For those of you who didn't see my stream last night, I can go over some of the things that we studied in the Queen e2 line last night. Many of you know that the Queen e2 line is how I lost a tournament game in 6 moves, but we learned our lesson. Opponent's really taking his time. I never quite understood this. This is, you know, all very well-known territory. So normally they'll play c4, c3, bishop e3, bishop d3, bishop c4. I mean, like, all of these moves I've seen in this position for sure. Yeah, that move's pretty normal. It's very passive though. So let's go ahead and hit on that knight. And in the Tartakower, we like never want to trade bishop for knight. Look at how bad this knight is. It's not going nowhere, so there's no reason for us to be taking it. So normally we'll want to play rook e8. This kind of reinforces the pin, because now if the knight moves, this bishop is officially hanging. Knight d7 is in order. We're rerouting through f8. These are all very common moves in the Tartakower. f8, bishop c7, queen up to d6, threatening a menacing battery on the opponent's king. Okay. Okay, so I can't quite understand what the purpose of that move is. But let's go ahead and continue with our standard plan. So I'm thinking he wants to play c5, rock the bishop back, and then my knight might be positioned well on e6. That'll help me mobilize this f-pawn up to attack his dark squared bishop. But I do know that I want my knight on f8, so let's go ahead and make that move. It was worth spending a couple seconds to try to figure out what the opponent was after with queen d2. Still not entirely sure that I understand his idea. Ugh, goodness. I'm sweating. I've just been a lot more nervous lately about my chess. Okay. So if I go here and he goes here, obviously we're going to take that. I might go here instead. But this, you know, this is the very, very normal idea in the Arctic Hour, so I'm not seeing a problem with continuing in this sequence of moves, so I'm just going to continue in that sequence of moves. Let the theoreticians kind of lead the way for me here. So if I go here and he goes here, obviously that's the problem, right? I'm wondering if I want to go here first. That doesn't help. If I go here and he goes here, I don't have time to take the knight and then go for checkmate, obviously, because my queen is hanging. Hello. Considering b6 here, so that way after, I mean, I think he's very well telegraphed that he's going to play b4 on the next move. So if I go b6, b4, yeah, maybe a5 is a must here. So it was actually very smart of my opponent. He saw something before I even saw it. He wanted to respond to bishop a5 with b5, which is very nice. I don't have a very clear path forward. I'm thinking a5. So if he plays this, takes, 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 takes. Unfortunately, his position is just very solid. I'm having a hard time coming up with an idea, a very concrete idea of how to proceed. And like I said, I really don't mind spending some time trying to figure it out. I think a5 is just like a very natural reaction to a3 to make sure that they're not walking all over you pawn-wise. And even if takes, takes, he's really kind of preventing the queen d6 idea. So I'm wondering if I should go here. And kind of pivot a little bit. Kind of try to play in the center. I could so this is also a good idea because if he just does this, then I can take, take. No, never mind. I was thinking that I could win a pawn there. I definitely can't. So would that better be supported through here? Or through here? If I go here, I'm trapping my bishop. So that answers that. Let's go ahead and go here. We spent 3.5 minutes on that move. Proudly. And he plays his next move instantly. Texting my fiance back. Okay. I almost just hung my queen. Why did I think that I could win a, why did I think that I could win a pawn there? Wow, now he's just kind of doing really well. Why? I mean, you guys heard me in my calculation earlier. I literally thought that if he pushed, I could just win a pawn. But obviously I can't. Just kind of off my rocker a little bit. Now, I can't push the pawn or nothing. I don't think that I'm in immediate danger or anything like that by any means. But he can start wiggling around now that I've pushed f5. Kind of regretfully. Interesting. Can't go here because of this. His bishop on e3 is doing such a good job. I'm so proud of that bishop. Yeah, it's very interesting. I don't really see a clear path here by any means. I really don't like that I've given myself this pawn to play against. So now he's threatening to push. That's quite scary. I don't have time for b6. I kind of think that I need to blockade the pawn like right now. Like right now. Otherwise I'm busted. If I go here and he goes here, I could put my queen there, but you don't want to trade queens and go into an endgame in the Tartakower. You just don't. You're gonna lose, especially against this monster pawn that I've created. Alright, I think we need to kind of lick our wounds a little bit here. We're gonna go here and blockade the pawn. Yeah, I think that He goes here now. If he goes there now, I can go here. Because this doesn't trap my bishop anymore. Okay, that's curious. Kind of just want to go queen up here. Reinforce that pawn. Bring my rook to d8. Not necessarily seeing a big problem with this at the moment. Walks into this. If I go here, it walks into that. If I go here, he's really just kind of squeezing me here. If only pawns could go backwards, right? If I go here, here. Takes. Takes. I mean, that's not that bad. I mean, he's getting my dark square bishop. I have to kind of trade some pieces here. I'm tangled to the max. Might be better to take the bishop back instead of trading that bishop for that bishop. His bishop isn't really doing anything over here. I don't know. It's complicated. Kind of keeping even on the clock. It's definitely like 5 more minutes makes all the difference, and the bonus time is crazy. Oh wow, he goes there. I mean, no, but he's giving me time to consolidate, right? I feel like this doesn't make sense. What's the bishop doing over there? If I double, what's the plan? Here. He can still go here. I'm not seeing like anything that makes sense. I was thinking about like trying to double, but like this might be my best bet. I just don't have any attack anymore. I'm gonna have to try to like wiggle my way out of an endgame or something. Knight g6 would have been a better move. Okay, this is confusing now. So he is just straight up threatening checkmate. If I take, I'm mated. So I have a few options. Go here and trap my bishop, or go here. Basically, my only options. Yeah, needless to say, opponent is doing a great job here. I think this move just, you know, it just needs to be played. Goes here, goes here. My knight might find some solace in heading the other way. Yeah. So this is actually something that I've known, is that it's really bad when they get the bishop on this diagonal against the Tartakower, but I hadn't thought about it. Yeah. I love the level of chess that I'm at. I love that, like, you know, neither of us are just like blundering pieces left and right, and it's just kind of like, it's a very almost elegant push and pull where like the small inaccuracies begin to surmount. I mean, this is my only move now. I mean, I suppose this shuts down the diagonal, but that seems very short-sighted. If I go here, he can't stay. He has to, like, go back. Yeah, I mean, that seems pretty promising. Making the queen go back. So let's go ahead and do that. And then, of course, he's not threatening to push anymore, because nothing will be defending that pawn. Yeah, just not seeing checkmate for my opponent here, by any means. At the very worst, if there was some weird situation where I am losing that bishop, I can take it back with the knight. I'm still blocking the queen's vision, down a piece. Thinking about worst case scenarios, obviously. But I don't really see that happening. After this, I'm going here. Wow. What? Why wouldn't he just go back? I'm not calculating anything. I see a queen for a pawn, I'm taking the queen for a pawn. What the hell was that, man? I'm over here hyping up my opponent, talking about how much I love the level of play that we're at, and he does that? Okay, I played a 92, he played an 85. Worst move I had was a mistake, he obviously had a blunder, and he had one miss. So let's walk through. So this is the two knights, and what we were reviewing last night on stream was this line. And a lot of times, the most common book move played, actually, what I've been playing is queen d5 in this position, but if you go into the opening database, it's very common that you see knight d7, bishop c4, knight f6, knight e5, and now this is a very trappy line. You have to play e6 and close in your dark square bishop. If you try to get fancy, you're probably going to get yourself mated. And here it's scoring slightly better for white, but only slightly. You have a game here. I would probably start treating this like a semi-Slav, where we want to set our queenside pawns on light squares. Fianchetto the queenside bishop, the light square bishop. Play for c5 at some point. Go bishop d6, and get the snipers pointing down this way. But anyway, of course, that's just not what happened. We got into a Tartic hour where we played the normal moves. F5 right away was better. F5 right away was better. F5 now is good. Okay, so this was short-sighted of me. And I mean, you guys almost saw me hang my queen. I was straight up hovering. I was hovering on taking this pawn, and I was like, wait a second. I'm only attacking that once. I can't take that. So the better move here is to counter-attack. Because the bishop is kind of out of squares. So the best move for him is to take on a7. Rook takes a7. Yeah, d takes. Queen takes queen. This is insane. E takes f7 check. King takes f7. Bishop c4 check. Obviously, we have to go back to, oh no, that's resilient. Wait, what? Yeah, king f6 is the best move. I thought I said king g6 for a second. I was like, does that not just hang a full rook? But anyway, we're up a queen here for the moment. Just kidding. Anyway, that's an insane line. Blockading the pawn is the best move. That makes me happy. This is a mistake because he had knight e5. And I really should have played knight g6 here. I wasn't even thinking about the fact that that covers the e5 square as well. If I was thinking about covering the e5 square, I would have found knight g6, but I didn't. So it was the best move twice in a row. Knight g6 was best again. Excuse me. Does that not just hang a bishop? Okay. These engine lines are insane. None of that happened. Can't wrap my head around this. Queen d2 is what I expected, and then I would have played rook a e8. And play continues. Obviously. This is good for a couple of reasons. Putting pressure on the e-file, like completely dominating the e-file. Taking care of the e5 square problem that we had earlier. So, how bad was it for me after this? Pretty bad. It's +1 here. Bishop takes h. Bishop takes h5 was better. And after taking on d4. Again, the idea is if you trade too many pieces, it very quickly becomes that, oh wow, yeah, it's more than just trading pieces and having a better endgame. White is actually getting a pretty good attack here as well. So material is equal, but it's +1. That's very interesting. So that's saying play would have continued, but obviously I wish he didn't do that. Here. Best move for him was knight d4, which makes sense. And now it's h5 ourselves. My buddy Apex working on some thumbnails. It wants h5 ourselves. I mean, I just don't really see the point in playing that move. Bishop h7, second computer recommendation. All right. Well, I think with that, we're going to call this one a day. It's 2 wins in a row in the 15-minute format. You could argue that I didn't deserve to win today's game, but my opponent decided to throw away his queen, so who cares? Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, join the Discord, join the Kiwi Club, follow me on Twitch, sign up with chess.com affiliate, and and sign up for channel memberships too while you're at it. And if you're looking for more things to do, then I love you. See you guys tomorrow.